Nurse Sulaiman Olabisi. You can just call me Nurse Sulaiman. And I'm your tutor for today. I'm the one that is going to take the antenatal class for ROA Specialist Hospital this morning. So I'd like to familiarize myself with every one of us in this class today. So please kindly start by telling me your names one after the other, please. Sorry, from you, ma. Mrs. Adetitu. Eletu. Okay, Mrs. Eletu. You, ma. Mrs. Damilola. Please, you, ma. Your name. Mrs. Rita. You, ma. Mrs. Glory. And you? Mrs. Oladimeji. Please, ma. Mrs. Akinola. Yes. Mrs. Ezegulam. Then you, ma. Mrs. Adioye. Okay, so because I need to make this class, I'm going to make this class engaging and interactive. So I'm going to call each and every one of us during the course of this class so that we can express ourselves and interact. Okay, this morning, the topic I'm going to take with us all is health promotion in pregnancy. Health promotion in pregnancy. And when we talk about health promotion, we know that this state we are in presently is a drastic changing state because we have not, probably some of us have experienced it before, and most of us it's just our first time. So there are some things that we need to do ourselves in order to improve our health, and so that the baby, the fetus in us is going to develop very well and healthily. And we're also going to have a labor that is free of difficulties. Okay, so health promotion simply says is any activity that we engage in order to have a better health outcome. So health promotion in pregnancy, there are those activities that we engage ourselves in order to have a better outcome during our prenatal stage for us and the baby, during labor, and also postnatal after birth. So I also need to tell you that we have three core areas to health promotion. Number one is health education. The next is disease prevention, and the last is health screening. What is health education? Health education is just this that I'm doing with you now. Creating awareness, informing you about these activities that you are going to perform in order to have a better health outcome. While disease prevention is you yourself engaging in those activities so as to prevent illness. And health screening, they are just those routine tests that we do as individuals so that we can know whether we have risk of having a disease or falling ill. So when I said things that are involved in health promotion, we have good nutrition, we have good hygiene, we have immunization, we have changing some of our lifestyle activities, and we also have routine screening. So to help, I'm going to explain this one after the other, this concept one after the other, so that we can all benefit from this. So good nutrition. We all know, even before becoming pregnant, we know it's good to eat. Like eating well, not just eat anything, but eat well. So how do we eat well? Is when we eat foods that contains the necessary and essential nutrients, and also eating enough, because now we need more energy, not only for us but also for the baby in us, so that we can perform our activities well, and also the baby is going to develop very well. Please, are you following me? Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. So for this nutrition, we have different classes of food, which I'm going to list and explain. And I want us to discuss how our eating habit has changed over time, before becoming pregnant and after this pregnancy stage. How well we are able to adapt to this pregnancy stage, and how we are going to improve our eating habits from now on. So we have different classes of food, as I've said. We have the carbohydrates, we have protein, we have vitamins and minerals, and we have fat and oil. Then last but not the least, which is water. So carbohydrates is let me say, the main dish in the food, because carbohydrates constitute a larger percentage of this our meals, and it gives us energy in order to perform our daily activities. So we have the likes of yam, rice, bread, cassava, and so on and so forth. We have proteins. Protein is another class of food which is very, very essential in order to build our cells, our tissues, improve our organs, not only for us but also for the baby. It's very essential for development of the baby because it helps them to build strong bones, muscles, teeth, and all. So protein is found in meals, in foods like eggs, in meats, in legumes like beans, soya beans, the likes like of them like that. We have cheese also, they contain enough protein. Okay, before I move further, how do we think we have changed, like our eating habit has changed throughout this period? We know how we eat before we get pregnant, and there's this change which I'm very sure happens to, if not every one of us, most of us, how we eat. So I just want us to highlight some of the things you have experienced as a pregnant woman, how your eating habit has changed over time. Please, from the back, please. Mrs. Ezegulam, are you following me? So I need your chin.
Very soon as I go to the work, so right now, I think very well. But the other thing is that anytime I pay for something, and I say, once I don't take it for you, I will no longer like it. I'll come to it. That's it.
Okay, I'm going to address that. Yuma, I forgot your name. Yes,
So,
you eat well. Even till now, you eat very well without experiencing any changes. Okay, that's very good. Yes, ma'am. You.
I think it is very important because it's the first thing that's so, now, just to move a little bit, not like I'm so that I should.
So you feel like you're not eating enough. Okay, you, ma'am.
So we try over now and people that do like anything I feel like or when I just mind what I eat. Like I get scared sometimes like after eating the food I feel like drinking water. Food.
Most foods. Okay. All right, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
The only thing is like food
That's fine. That's fine. Okay, ma'am. Mrs. What's your name? Mrs. Glory. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
like I said before, I feel like drinking water. You have this blood too
Oh, bloating. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to address that after. Okay, ma'am. We are just joining us. So I'm already asked a question about what are the changes that you experience during this pregnancy stage in your eating habits. Like, how do you eat well enough now? What are the things that you feel when you eat? Stuff like that.
so for me, aside album, lots of appetite. I don't think that much rice when I was pregnant.
Okay.
So now since all food just getting inflated and all of that. Maybe because whenever I eat, I just feel at one. So I'm not even
Don't feel
encouraged.
like, okay, it's appetite. All right. So I'm going to address all these issues one after the other because these are the most, let me just say, these issues are usually occurring in pregnancy, and it's normal. It's totally normal. It's fine. But there are also ways we can manage it so that we are going to get enough food and nutrients to support us and our baby. So back to where I was before, I digress from classes of food. So I've mentioned the proteins that we have, then back to the vitamins and minerals. Vitamins and minerals, they are usually referred to as micronutrients because they are very, very minute in our meals, but they are very essential. Essential in the fact that they are the ones that support our immune system. They provide minerals for us to have strong bone, strong teeth, and also build up our neural activities, especially the brain. Okay, these vitamins and minerals, we have a lot of them, but the most essential ones, especially in this pregnancy period, is they are iron, we have folic acid, we have vitamin C, vitamin A, and we have calcium. Yes, calcium. We have a lot of them. We have phosphorus, we have magnesium, but these ones I mentioned are the most essential nutrients, vitamins and minerals that we need at this stage. Iron is a constituent of our blood, of our red blood cell, which has the which takes the higher percentage in our blood constituent. So red blood cell is the one that carries oxygen round our body system and also our food nutrients. So it's very, very important that we have enough iron in our bloodstream so that we are not going to experience anemia. Anemia is when there is reduced blood cells in the body system, and it's going to affect the pregnant woman and the fetus, because this stage is when the fetus is building up a series of cells, tissues, organs. So it needs enough and adequate blood supply to build up these body cells. And iron can be gotten from mostly vegetables and some fruits. But this iron we get from all these kinds of food is not enough to support us during this pregnant state. That's why the routine, which is the ferrous that we are being given. So if some of us have started taking those medications, we know that there's ferrous as part of our routine antenatal drugs. Okay.
Yeah, most of them are good players. Most of very big.
Okay.
Yes. So I try to change it to Africa.
Asifa is also contain iron, yes. Also contain iron, yes. Yeah, good. So another one is folic acid. Folic acid too makes up our blood constituents, and it's also part of the routine antenatal medications we are given. That's why it's very important. Some people will say, okay, when I take this medication, I feel nauseated, I do this and that. You have to talk to your doctor. Probably there is another optional medicine that is going to perform the same function, because if because during this period the baby needs all these vitamins and minerals in order not to develop birth defects. Folic acid most especially helps in development of the all these brain development. So it's very, very essential for us to take these medications as much as possible. And other vitamins I've mentioned, they can be gotten from fruits and vegetables. All our leafy vegetables, green vegetables like ugu, like spinach, water leaf, all these vegetables, they have essential minerals and nutrients. We must have heard, some of us must have heard that, okay, they said I should not take water leaf because it's kind of dry, my baby will be salivating, or all those kind of myths and misconceptions in pregnancy. No, you can eat any food as long as it's healthy for you and your baby. As long as it does not make you vomit or anything, then it's healthy, then you can eat it. Okay, another food class of food I've not mentioned is fat and oil. Fat and oil is not really should not be consumed in excess during this stage, because adding much fat will result in something that we call having fatty tissues in our bloodstream. So we just need minimal amount of it so that it can serve as substituents to develop for us to produce energy. That's what fat and oil does. It serves as a substituent for us to produce more energy. So the last but not the least is water. Water is very, very essential. please and please, during this stage, you need to stay hydrated. Like, drink as much as possible. Drink more and more and more, because water helps to eliminate toxins from the body, from the bloodstream, and it also helps to increase our blood flow. Mrs. Glory. Okay, so I want to address your complaint now about nausea when you eat. As I said earlier, it is normal for pregnant women to feel nauseated, because during this period we have hormonal changes, and when our hormone increases, especially the estrogen, it causes a lot of things for us, and part of it is also heartburn. It will they help in our gastrointestinal system, which is our digestive system. The estrogen creates more enzymes, so that is going to it affect the food we take in. So what are the things that you can do, like normal things that you can do, so that you can have enough nutrients and eat in good food for yourself and for your baby? Number one, you should watch what you eat. There are some foods that naturally they cause you to nauseate, even without you being pregnant. There are some food that causes people to nauseate. So, and we are different from one another. What I eat that I'm comfortable with may be different from what you eat and you are comfortable with. Like now, if I take all these sugary foods, like food that are too sweet, I feel nauseated very, very well. So those kind of things happen to pregnant women too. And also take meals frequently, small portion frequently, so that you don't feel bolus, you don't feel bloated at the end of the day. Okay, let's say you are to eat a bowl of rice now, not just rice with egg, with probably vegetable soup on top of it. You can just take a little for a while, then take fruits, follow it with fruits. So once you do that, you feel satisfied a little. So in the next 1 hour, you may feel like you are still hungry again, like you need to eat something. Can take another portion. Because once you eat too much at once, the digestive system does not have the capacity to hold that large amount of food again. So it tends to come back to your esophagus. So you feel like vomiting. So just eat small frequent meals. That is going to help us to get adequate nutrients and food. And for the heartburn, ma, please try and eat slowly and not too hot food. Like food that are not hot, just warm. And it's because of the hormones too. It's what the hormone does. Because at this point, the increase in hormones cause our body system to change a lot. So that's that about nutrition. Mrs. Who her name? I don't know. Your name again, ma? Mrs. Downsy. Hope you are following me. Okay, ma. So that's all about nutrition in pregnancy. Please, let's try as much as possible to eat well and eat enough. Let's make sure that our diet is balanced. Take more of water. Eat enough fruits and vegetables for yourself, for your baby, now and during labor and after birth, because nutrition helps a lot in developing our immune system.
The next one is hygiene during pregnancy. During pregnancy, women should be especially careful about personal hygiene. Pregnant women sweat more and have more vaginal discharge than non-pregnant women, due to hormonal changes, and they may be more vulnerable to infection by germs in the environment. Keeping the body clean, especially the genital areas, helps prevent infection. Hand washing with soap is the most important hygiene. This brings us to our next point: adopting a healthy lifestyle. Lifestyle modifications that helps to keep the woman and her baby healthy during pregnancy includes adequate sleep and rest. Engage in less strenuous activities. Avoid alcohol and smoking. Avoid taking unprescribed medications. Next on the list is immunization against tetanus. Tetanus is a very serious, life-threatening infection, which damages the nervous system and is caused by bacteria in the environment, for example, in soil. Tetanus toxoid immunization is the best protection against tetanus for the woman and her baby. Next one is exclusive breastfeeding. Babies should begin breastfeeding as soon as possible after birth, preferably within the first hour, and continue for at least the first 6 months of life. Nothing else should be given to the baby to drink or eat during that time, such as water with sugar, honey, herbs, spices. Colostrum, the first milk, should be given to the baby, not thrown away. The baby should be breastfed whenever she/he wants, day and night, on demand, which stimulates the breasts to produce an adequate supply of breast milk. Pregnant women need to know that breast milk provides the best nutrition for the newborn, is easily digested and efficiently used by the baby's body,
Protects against infection and other illnesses. Offers some protection against allergies. Is cost-effective and affordable. Promotes mother-baby bonding. Provides the woman with a degree of contraceptive protection, though less than 100%.